EchoStar,
Wow.
CWA, and others move against T-Mobile's US Cellular purchase. So US Cellular and T-Mobile have a deal valued at $4.5 billion. T-Mobile gets access to US Cellular towers on a lease. They get access to a bunch of bandwidth, a bunch of spectrum licenses that would really help T-Mobile's network performance in the areas where US Cellular has those licenses. They'll get the US Cellular customers, right? Basically, T-Mobile becomes a legitimate competitor with both Verizon and AT&T in these US Cellular regions. And then off of that deal, Verizon has a $1 billion deal with US Cellular, and AT&T has a $1 billion deal with US Cellular. Those two deals can't happen unless this one happens first. So those can go out the window if this were to get blocked. But I think the most hilarious thing, and what I refer to as poetic justice, is EchoStar, Dish, and T-Mobile are not friendly. They're not friends at all. And they have they've had problems in the past for the last several years. There was a time where T-Mobile didn't want to pay Dish to continue to use their 600 megahertz licenses. Dish literally said, hey, it's been nice. Glad you've been enjoying using our spectrum. We haven't been charging you for it. Now you've been using it for more than a year. We'd like you to start paying for it. T-Mobile said, no, we don't want to pay for it. That got the whole ball rolling in the wrong direction. They have not been friends ever since that point. In my opinion, I think T-Mobile has been trying to put their neck into Dish's, or excuse me, their knee into Dish's neck, been trying to choke them out, get rid of them from the industry. They gave them a horrible deal on the network usage, the leasing and things of that nature. It's just been really bad. I know Metro was trying to poach customers from Boost during their whole thing a couple years ago, and fishing for them. And it's just been bad. So in my opinion, I don't think T-Mobile could be surprised that Dish is coming in and trying to spoil the fun. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Like, I don't think under this new administration that's coming in, anything's going to get blocked. I think as long as it's a reasonable deal, they're just going to go ahead and permit it. I don't think the DOJ is going to stop them. I don't think the FCC is going to stop them.
Cha-cha, there is one key thing, though. I was listening to the NBC interview of President Trump. He said regarding the TikTok ban, right? So it's very relevant because of the merger comment that he said there. He said,
well, because of Deutsche Telekom being a foreign company?
No. Wait. Hold on. In regards to TikTok, he said, we have to get a U.S. company to buy it. However, he said, I don't want other companies to become even more monopolistic. That's the key right there. Because if you think about what he just said right there, they could shut down the T-Mobile merger or the T-Mobile buying of US Cellular.
Yeah, but Moose,
because
both Verizon,
no, but hold up. Let me explain the argument first.
T-Mobile's there.
Let me explain the argument. T-Mobile can build out the same way that Verizon and AT&T had to do it in those markets that US Cellular has. And even Trump said that if you invest several $billions in the United States, you will get a significant tax break instead of buying. So that's a big point. 2 points right there. Now let me give you the third point. Let me give you the third point. Deutsche Telekom is 33% owned and passively by the German government. Yes, that was your main point there that you were going to bring up, but I'm saying that's a tertiary point, is because the primary 2 points, especially with the Trump administration that's coming in, they do not want companies to become even more monopolistic. And two, if they invest more money, if a U.S. company invests more money, they will get a higher tax deduction.
So here's what I want to add. So I've expressed how I do not want this to happen, but I sadly think it will, because Sneed made the point that, more mergers will be allowed to happen. It's really true. And, I have this pulled up. On May 20th of 2019, Brendan Carr, who is now about to be the chairman of the FCC, officially expressed his support for the T-Mobile and Sprint merger. So I don't know how it could. I don't know. I can't see it being different. Right. I think he's probably gonna let it go through. I don't know. Again, I don't want this to happen. I think it could be handled differently, but I think it's gonna go the way it goes.
And Moose, you forgot one thing he said too. Moose, you forgot this. He said they were eating the cats. They were eating the dogs, the geese.
Yeah, T-Mobile's
there was a remix for that too, bro. I heard it.
Oh, the song, the song.
So respectfully, nobody on Capitol Hill is going to listen to CWA and EchoStar on why this. Nobody's going to listen to those guys. This is going to go through, and everybody knows it. Nobody's going to stop this from happening. There's a lot riding on it for all three companies. All three companies need what they purchased. I don't think anybody's going to cry because T-Mobile is absorbing US Cellular. It's not like it's 50 million customers. It's like 3 million people. Nobody really is after that. They were after the spectrum. And so AT&T is stronger after that, after their portion of the deal is agreed and ratified. And the same thing with Verizon. And T-Mobile will be stronger as well. So this is going to go through because it needs to. It has to. US Cellular doesn't want to be in business anymore. They don't.